Hey everyone. What you're about to see, the first few is some clips to add some context to the live that I had today with Uncle Will. He came up on my panel and I clipped that. And it's at the very end, and it was a very good live and some good information I think some people may want to hear. But the beginning with these clips with House of Williams and all that mess down there, it's just adding context to some things that we talk about on the live. Please watch to the end. It was a good one. And thank you.
All right. So we were over there and we were noticing you sitting over there. We noticed you had some people coming back and forth. So, well, people were coming back and having an exchange with you. So I thought to myself, I'm like, you look like a party of, an army of one over here, so to speak. You don't seem to have a lot of people with you. So can you share, would you be willing to share with me a little bit what brings you here this evening?
I am here to put justice out and watch YouTube. This is all this shit. Don't like it. Bother me.
Hold on.
A baby killer lives here. Don't you guys know that baby killer lives here? Baby killer lives here. Baby killer supporter right now.
Okay.
Drinking
So,
our liquor.
I just want to point anything over you. Okay. So you've been watching this stuff on YouTube. You've been watching it go down.
I'm just here so I can stream and let everybody see everything.
Now, do you have a YouTube channel or are you streaming? So you're just normally a spectator? Okay. All right. Do you fall on either side, so to speak? Are you, obviously there are people here that feel that, the lady here should probably be arrested or the police aren't moving quick enough. Obviously there's a missing child. So how do you feel in that? Do you feel like let the hands of justice just go as it takes its own time? Or? Oh, thank you. Look, I got a lighting crew. You don't think it's... So my point of view is a lot of us, we're here to keep the heat under people behind, right? So that people aren't going to get complacent. So do you think having people out here just to make sure that it remains a topic of conversation?
I love you.
Okay, all right. Have you seen anything out here as far as what's been happening? Is this your first night out here? Or have you been here other nights? Getting some of them Hershey kisses.
She's going to your.
Okay.
And.
Let's see. Okay. She looks like she don't know what planet she's on.
Mallory.
Yes.
She needs to tell us something.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
Justice? Where's Justice?
Oh no. No. Don't let her do that. Don't let her do that. Wait, what? Don't let a physical altercation break out. All right, she's one person.
We don't like crack whores.
You've been instigating all night.
Yep, sure have.
You've been instigating all night.
All right. Okay. There you
When
go.
you get your ass whooped,
There you
nobody's
go.
gonna see it.
Yes.
Fuck with my damn tag.
Oh no, I'm okay.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, so what, Miss
I couldn't
Ann,
possibly
Miss Ann, what
eat this
can you
kind of
tell us?
emotion. It's too, you know what I mean? I couldn't even
We're all
eat if
here.
I wanted
Marissa?
to.
Right.
We're all here.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Miss Ann is lit. It's okay, I get my
Listen.
taking no damn shit tonight.
Okay.
You see how much of fucking idiots they act? They keep calling the police and somebody turn on the goddamn flashlight in their face.
All right. So listen, it gets a little. I told you earlier that tensions, people, you know, just like that. So that's just it. Levity. You've got to be able to introduce levity into situations like this. Sometimes, just to make it through. Because the last thing you want is a physical altercation to break out and for anyone to get hurt. You know, nobody really wants that. So. All right.
I don't know.
Give you a house shot here.
That's right.
Talking to streaming was saying vile things about you. That's okay. Listen,
Sitting there streaming on YouTube.
it's okay. People are always gonna say vile things, right?
me today trying to get me to call you.
It's the human condition. It's part of the human condition. So, you know, it's really. Oh, Mallory, you are you're too sweet. Thank you. Thank you so much. Quentin is the focus, not that woman. Yes, I agree, Jack. Quentin is the focus. You know, obviously this is the tactic here is to. For some, it is what they call a pressure campaign. The heat is on, right? And I do believe that that has its place. You know, but everybody with under that umbrella, how they're going to implement those tactics. I would just implore, while you're, like I said, while you're out here
they don't look like crap
on the streets, you know, especially we're sitting here amongst total strangers. Most of us don't know one person from the very next, right? So you never know what the person next to you is dealing with. You never know what kind of loss that individual may have suffered. What inspires someone to maybe come out here? They could have had a very similar loss or a similar situation that you're not even aware of. And if you just start going sideways at somebody, or completely just misrepresenting yourself, or letting your ego take over, listen.
And I think that we need to really.
Nah, but the problem should be with the Department of Children and Families and the police departments. Let's set the record straight. I didn't go out there and harass anybody. There was a lady there filming, showed the receipts where I was up there showing my ass and harassing people. Because that's a bald-faced lie. That's why you can't believe these people. They dramatize everything. You know, there was Big Mouth Betty. Every live, she's crying about money.
And for all those that would like to donate to the immediate cash, Cash App, PayPal, and Venmo is the quickest way. That's just Bullhorn Betty. That's just Bullhorn Betty. You know, I'm not trying to advocate for people getting arrested out here, right? I'm trying to keep people from going to jail.
Physically. But at the same time,
Hold
that
on,
baby's
Danny.
dead.
Maybe. No,
Something happened to that baby.
Yeah, but everybody's
whether
jumping.
He's dead, alive, this, that, or the third. That
Hey,
nobody's talking.
Here's my thing, right? Why ain't nobody over there with Danny? He's the one that said that he was last with the baby. Why ain't nobody protesting over there?
Right.
Why ain't they protesting at the police department?
That's because the prime suspect is Leilani, who is living right here.
That's where it should be happening. That Department of Children and Families. Because listen.
We'll turn into all of this, but that's where I'm going next, is the police department.
That's where it should be happening, honestly. Because you're not going to get nothing. Explain to me why you're not protesting at the police department or the Department of Children and Families. I mean, ain't that who y'all mad at for not arresting that girl? Yeah, even the locals I talked to last night are upset that YouTubers are up there profiting off this baby's death. They're upset that the news is lying. So you can't believe anything that's coming out of this from these people. All they're looking for is Cash Apps and Venmos. They're not looking for this baby. If they was looking, they would be out in the woods, not sitting in front of. They're wanting to terrorize the family, and they're wanting you to pay for it.
Watch the news.
I do watch the news. Why you think I'm here
The police said it. You're not acting any better.
I'm protecting people that need to be protected.
We were being quiet talking to my girlfriend. We were being quiet talking to my girlfriend at the truck. The big mouths left.
That's why we came, to be honest with you. I just missed her fucking ass. We'll be back to
no pain.
But there ain't no justice for that baby.
There is justice for that baby. We got justice in heaven.
Indeed, that baby is living.
Y'all see, they come at us that we're being, and me and her were being very quiet. Y'all see me on live. I have a YouTube channel. This kid comes and takes a picture of me. I asked nicely to take the picture down. take this picture off, and they're yelling and cussing, like, and me and her, y'all know I've been on live, so y'all know we were talking to Angela, my friend.
Very holy, baby.
Very quiet, talking about ordering a pizza. You hear this kid?
Baby.
Look at this, y'all. I mean, are you serious? Jay, but he waits till everybody leaves and pops up. Queen Beer shares people, yeah. So I can't have my phone near them because they can. Jordan, where's your phone? Is it in my car? Is your phone in my car? No, don't let them get too close to your phone. It only takes like 1 minute and they can record everything out your phone into theirs.
Okay.
I'm just telling you that.
Okay.
They fucking either work for Cher, they work for somebody.
They do. And he's got Harley Davidson on his jacket. Harley Davidson. Don't fucking Billy Joe ride a Harley Davidson? Mm-hmm. He's not a YouTuber. He's not. Some of us he was. He thinks stupid or whatever. I know 15-year-old just like him.
I've recorded all that.
Yeah.
I was like, you're going to talk about us and you're talking like that?
Yeah, she was like, do you
but that person might be undercover and be an adult.
Huh? Sure.
They said we'll be back. I am. I'm the only one here. We are. My girl. One of the locals just stopped. The girl. What's your name? Michelle. The one that's always on here.
Well, yeah.
Sometimes.
I
yeah.
Now, but I can't.
It's somebody. It's one of our locals that's on our group. I have to pick my son up, y'all. Soon. So yeah, I will be leaving. I am, baby. I don't know. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I got my new phone.
You know what I mean? And I did not one time judge her. I did not one time judge you. You understand what I'm saying? So.
Damn it, this ain't my new phone. I don't know how to do it.
I got you. And I honestly believe that. But them right there, and I keep saying them, I'm talking about mom.
Are you Brandon?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm not Brandon.
Do you know Brandon?
I know a Brandon, but he's in prison. He's been in prison for the last 15 years.
I got pepper spray. I don't need pepper spray. What's that gonna do?
Spray. I ain't fixing to do nothing. My hands is in my pocket. I ain't trying to get beat up out here by no women. Well, I look like shit.
They just worry about us being out here. I'm like, I got plenty of pepper spray. I need a taser though. I got a gun.
You don't need none.
Uh-huh.
And I honestly believe that. But them right there, and I keep saying them, I'm talking about mom.
Are you Brandon?
No.
Oh.
No, I'm not Brandon.
Do you know Brandon?
I know a Brandon, but he's in prison. He's been in prison for the last 15 years.
I got pepper spray. I don't need pepper spray. Yeah, like, why aren't they digging it made.
That lady looks high as shit.
Hey there.
Hey, sweetheart, how you doing?
Good, how are you? It's really good to see you up here.
Hey.
We've been rooting for you. I even rooted for you before I knew it was you in that video.
Hey.
I was like, yeah. I told my friend, I said, look, they got a redneck out there now on them. I said, she's about to go down.
Oh, man, I was hoping they was going to be down there this weekend, but I knew I had done got work to stop that shit to start with. And that's what I told him that night. And that lady right there, that's who it was that I was talking to, right?
Yeah, that's her.
So, first of all, she was standing over to the side. And there was another little brunette-headed girl, and she said, "Hey, how you doing?" And I spoke back to her. And then my youngin was on the phone with somebody, and the next thing I know, she started in on the kid, and then she started saying, "Look at this, look at this," and I was like, "What the?" I didn't even realize she was recording. I wasn't even filming or nothing at the time. That's why when I pushed record, but that lady right there was intoxicated out of her mind up there, and she was talking about she had
Yes.
to pick her kid up. I was like,
Yeah, a few days ago, whenever she first started going out there, she was in her car handing out Xanaxes, and she's like, "Oh, I get a prescription again of these," and it was all on camera. That's how fucked up they were out there.
that's why they all dipped when that shit went down yesterday.
Yep. Look, ain't none of them out there.
No, let me tell you something now. I agree. If Leilani did this, she deserves to be in jail. I'm not. I'm not
Exactly.
taking up. But the grandmother does not deserve to be tortured anymore. That had started setting me off right there because look, I've been to prison twice, right? And this is what I told them girls up there that night. I have been falsely accused and prosecuted for something that I did not do. I got accused for shooting into an occupied vehicle. There was no bullet holes in there. And let me tell you something. Once they say you did it, you did it. It doesn't matter if you did or not. And to me, that's it's disturbing that people will take somebody's word for something and run with it like that. Look,
Right.
there's a tragedy that went on, no doubt. But to prosecute and fry somebody at the stake and terrorize them people is just as bad as of a tragedy as anything else. And they're getting paid
Amen.
to do it. And that to me, the boy that Dolly Vision, I don't know him personally, right? But I do know that I watched a video where he said, "I'm a tragedy pimp. I got a pocket full of money. I will slap you, whore." And I thought to myself, what kind of man says that?
Right.
And
Did
to
you
me,
see
that's
where he said he wished a kid in Hawaii went missing so he could go there and
no,
lay in the sun? And yeah,
no,
he said, I wish a kid would go missing in Hawaii so I can enjoy
yeah.
it or something. I'm thinking there probably is missing kids in Hawaii, Dolly.
Oh,
Why ain't you going?
I guarantee it. And here's the bad thing, right? Here's the reality of it. They're not worried about nothing unless it's headline news. That's not a true crime reporter to me. That's somebody that's
Right.
just tracing a tragedy.
I
And
agree.
that's not right. You know, and I made the mistake of like classifying everybody in true crime like that the other day, and I want to retract that. I didn't mean it like that. What I was meaning to say was, is people that profit, just solely profit off people's tragedies.
Yeah, there's a totally difference. It's so obvious.
Yeah, but
Cash App, Super Chat. Come on, support our project. And
yeah, and
it's just,
there's not a project. They're sitting out in front of somebody's house that's dealing with a crisis in their home. And like I said, I'm not taking up for Leilani, none at all. But you can't tell me that the grandmother and the grandfather or whoever that is deserves to hear honking and beeping and being called baby killer. And they got other things to worry about. And all they did was push that family closer together so the grandmother
yep.
could interrogate Leilani to find out what had happened. She doesn't have time to. She's defending her home. It's like, come on, man! Don't you realize what you're doing here?
Right, and they want to keep going off on the grandmother because she was responsible because she had custody. Well, somebody had to work in that household to provide for that family.
Yeah,
She's an underwater welder. That's
yeah,
a damn good job, and they want to. Oh,
yeah. And I'm gonna tell you, just like you said, you know, she's living her life, and she's getting up, she's going to work. She knew that there was a problem. That's why she took the kids from her to start with, and she's just trying to do the best that she can. And there's a lot of households that's in that same situation. I promise you, I don't know that lady, but I promise you, if she would have known that that youngin was going to be hurt, she wouldn't have went to work that morning.
amen. And that's what we've been saying. That lady had no idea something like
No,
this was going to happen to that baby.
no,
She's
no.
going to have to live the rest of her life with this guilt and this inside eating her alive every single day. She's
Yeah,
not only lost her grandson, but her daughter too. No matter what her daughter done, that's her daughter.
yeah. And that's what I said on panel last night when I was talking to Mike and them. You know, because I plan on going up there either tonight or first thing in the morning they're really not that far from me, but I want to go up there, and nobody's really gonna know where I'm at, right? Everybody keeps telling me that they want me to go to certain places, and I'm gonna go where they say, but I'm not gonna release no video until I'm done. That way they
I
can.
don't blame you.
Yeah,
Don't let them know what you're doing. It
uh,
could get dangerous or anything.
right? Because hey, trust me now, I can throw my hands. I'm not worried about fighting somebody. I'm worried about getting in trouble and being taken away from my family over an idiot. That's what I'm worried about.
Right. Right.
So
Ain't no idiot worth that.
no, because you know it's to me they should have been looking for this kid anyway if they was really that worried. Now then I could understand them taking donations. Hey, we're up here searching, we doing something, but not just terrorizing poor old grandma. She been through enough. They
Yeah.
and let me tell you something. If they comes to find out that Leilani and them didn't do anything, I bet you they won't be out there uh, protesting and saying how wrong it was that everybody accused them like that.
They won't say a word
Uh-uh.
or justify it if they do.
Yeah, just like just like you said about him taking that video down. He took that video down because it clearly shows Dolly Vision assaulting that lady.
Yep. Straight up.
That's why he took
Viciously,
that.
like, I mean, because whenever Dolly jerked back, he kind of stumbled back. You know what I mean? There was some force behind that jerk.
Yeah, hey, and I'm going to tell you right now, no, he shoved her too, but there is no right way for a man to do anything to a woman. We're so much stronger than women are anyway. And if you got the right to protest, they got the right to protest. But they just wasn't wanting to hear what she had to say. That's what
Right,
this
because she was
bullhorn.
protesting the protesters, and they didn't like that. They didn't like a dose of their own medicine.
No, they sure didn't. And it didn't take but what, 20 minutes for them to snap.
Right. And she was standing there behind her own car.
I know they
not bothering her.
They was trying to make it sound like she was trying to run them over and all kinds of stuff, man. It goes.
She
It
was
just
standing
goes.
on the passenger side. What the fuck, you know?
Yeah. And if let's just say that she was trying to hit Big Mouth Betty. Big Mouth Betty didn't stuck there by her to start with. And old Heavy Dolly, I don't call her go lightly because there ain't nothing lightly about that lady. That
No.
and the way that she got on camera showing him things like that, I was like, what kind of woman that has any kind of couth about her dresses like that and shows all that? It was nasty to me. And
Right.
I ain't gonna lie, I love big women, but I like a woman that has a little decency about her.
You gotta have some class to it. Classy, not trashy.
No, no, and that was trashy. And then she started talking about the people. Oh, you want to protect people with no teeth? I was thinking to myself, what the hell's that got to do with anything? There's plenty of good people that ain't got no teeth, and there's plenty of good women that's got morals about themselves. And to dress like that and flaunt it around like she looks like a supermodel when really she looks like she belongs out on a dairy farm somewhere.
Something, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's been doing this shit to years to the true crime community.
I know. I seen her. I've seen her around, and trust me, she's who I wanted to talk to, and not nothing in no violent way. I just wanted to confront her on camera and ask her why they thought that they deserved to make all this money off of tragedies. What kind of person does that and can sleep at night? That was my whole intention. Wasn't nothing about starting no troubles.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
they sleep good. The more money, the better they sleep.
Yeah. Yeah, and they're up there in fancy motels and all that, and it was just like, man, it was sickening, and we just ain't gonna stand for it. Not in my area. It's not gonna happen.
Right.
And everybody else ought to stand up too, because you're innocent until proven guilty. And like I said, I do not agree with what Leilani and them have done. That's not the, but supposedly now, I don't know, but one of the neighbors over there is dying and had hospice called in, and he couldn't even die at his own home. He had to go back to a hospital because they was out there so disruptive that he couldn't have no rest in peace. Now imagine that. Last couple of days on Earth, you got to hear horns blowing and people yelling all hours of the night. And it'd been one thing if they protested a day or two, but this shit been going on for 3 weeks.
Yep.
Why wouldn't they at the police department or CPS, the ones that they really had problems with?
Yeah, that's what
We
I
would
said.
have got something done then and a lot more respect, and nobody would have said shit.
Mm-mm. No, because there ain't nobody going to donate for them sitting outside the police department.
Right.
Yeah.
They can't sit there and do all that foolishness to the police department.
No. Did you see what police department released out on Twitter?
This morning?
Yeah.
Yeah.
About
Thank God.
circus, and they weren't going to. I tried to tell them girls they wasn't going to put up with that shit no more. That shit was over.
Yeah. I'm glad they finally done something. I think they needed something like what happened with Dolly, him assault somebody or something. You know, they need probable cause to make this law and get them the hell out of there.
Well, it's not really a law. You're to protest is you're supposed to have a permit anyway, and so what they did is they just made an ordinance. It's not really like a state legislated law, but they made a county ordinance where you can't just protest without a permit. Is what it is. And see, they can
That's
deny them the permit to stop it. You understand what I'm saying? And then they're
yeah.
going to. You can't deny people from protesting. That boy's right about that. But you have to follow the law to do it. And you can't break the law to try to serve the law. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. You can't fight violence with violence.
No. And that's not right. That's like a firefighter burning them people's house down. Well, I didn't want it to catch fire, so I went ahead and burned it down. Yeah, I mean, come on now. It don't make sense. And, you know, if they was actually up there reporting, trying to find some stuff out, searching for this baby, that'd be one thing. But all they're looking for is cash apps and Venmos. And when I started watching Big Mouth Betty, and she was crying about the signs and how she spent hundreds and hundreds of dollars and this and that. And I'm thinking to myself, you ain't spent shit. Your viewers have spent it. And she don't even give the credit where the credit's due. It's to the viewers.
Yep. Somebody paid for those signs and had them made for them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, anybody that's donated to them. And, you know, they said that they donated all kinds of money to get Dolly out of jail. I wonder if they gave it back.
Oh no, they said that girl that bailed him out was one of Molly's Patreons, and she didn't charge him nothing. She's a bounty or a bondsman or whatever.
Right, but they also was donations gave to get Dolly out of jail.
Yeah, before she came into the picture. Yeah.
I'm wondering if they gave that money.
I think it was a whole big scam. I think they knew the bonds lady was going to get him out, and they just waited to the end to bring her in to get all that money.
Oh, I'm sure. All of them's a bunch of scam artists. But you know what, though? It's starting to come to light, and I think it's funny.
I love it. They left out there with their tails between their fucking legs today.
Oh, yeah. It's a good thing, because we rolling up there tomorrow. We'd rather if they was there or not.
I was watching for you all day yesterday.
No. See, I never told them I was going up there and when I was going. I never told them when I was coming back.
You know they were scared. Look, keeping their eye out for you all that time.
For no reason. I never threatened anybody. I never threatened.
No, you didn't. You didn't. I got that on video. The whole thing where that snot girl.
Hey, and she exaggerated all that shit. Now, what I want to know was what kind of adult even talks to a kid the way that lady was talking. Even though my child got out of line and I corrected her when I got back.
A child.
Right, but she's young, and I told her, I said, now I'm going to tell you, the only reason that I even let that go on as long as I did is because, for one, you need to know how to think on your feet and respond to people like that. And that was the wrong way. You handled that wrong. You should have just stayed calm because you're never going to get your point across. And I said, you didn't even really know what you was talking about, and you started just spouting up. I said, which that was my fault too, because she had been listening to me all the way up there, so I had her pumped up. She was ready. But my daughter would have drugged that girl out there. That's why I said when they said something about she's 15 and that's your girl. I don't know if you heard her or not. I said, yep, and she can handle her own too. And I was trying to let her know, you fuck with her now, she'll beat your ass right here in front of everybody.
I believe it.
Oh yeah, that one there ain't
so doped up.
Both of them was. Both of them girls was high.
See, they didn't show the other girl.
Hey, now she was polite after we got to talking and all, right? But she was trying to question what I was doing there, is what she was trying to do. But they were stoned out of their mind. And when we first started talking, the the little dark-headed girl, she acted like she knew Leilani. And finally I was like, so when was the last time you talked to Leilani? And couldn't find out. She said, well, I don't even know if she'll remember who I was. And I'm like, then what the fuck are we even talking about then?
Right.
Yeah, because she was just trying to act like I shouldn't be there, that they knew these people. And I was like, look, if you're members of the community, you have every right to be out here. But these motherfuckers flying in from damn Pennsylvania and New York and everywhere else, they ain't got no business being
That's
here.
a tragedy, pimps.
Yes, they ain't
Money,
got no
money,
business
money.
here. And I was trying to make it clear to them that I wasn't there to mess with nobody but them. And they wasn't having it. They was just looking to be unruly.
Mm-hmm. And that next night, or maybe, I don't know if it was the same night you and your daughter was there, but they accused another girl that was sitting across the street by herself. She was one there to protest the protesters like you. And she was sitting across the street on the grandma's side by herself, not bothering nobody, and they accused her of being mean. And they went up to this girl trying to provoke her, calling her every name in the book, and they thought it was me.
Is that the one that was is that the one that they was talking about, you better not be taking pictures of my tag and all that?
Maybe.
Yeah, she was sitting in a little launch chair, right?
Yeah, all by
Yeah.
herself, like in the
Yeah.
corner.
That was the only part of it I had seen. And
Yeah, I got the whole thing of that on my channel too. I got all this. They want to do all this stuff and act like there ain't no proof. Once it's on the damn internet, we got you, motherfuckers.
that's right. Hey, and I want you to know and I'll say this so everybody can hear it, you're more than welcome to any footage that I get. You're more than welcome to
I
use.
appreciate that a lot.
Because
And same for you or anybody that wants to work with us. You know we're stronger together.
that's right. Hey, and I promoted your channel last night. I don't know if you seen that on live or not, but I did. And
Oh,
'cause
thank you.
I appreciated what you did. I got up, I seen where you had mentioned me on your thing. I didn't know who you was until then. But and I'll take criticism from you. I don't have a problem with that either.
I
Because
like some good constructive criticism,
yeah, well, we're all different and we all do things, man, that I may do something that you don't like, but that don't mean that you gotta attack me every day. You know what I mean? It's like, say what you gotta say, get it off the chest, and we'll move forward from there. That's part about being an adult.
I
Just trust.
agree.
Hey, I'm an old country boy, redneck, right? I'm just learning about social media. I really don't know much about it. I've been posting videos for about 6 months. Other than that, I just used to watch. So I'm actually using YouTube to kind of get over my fear of posting myself on the internet. And it's helped. So it's a therapy, I guess. I've been
I
using.
totally get that. I was
Yeah,
just a sub until the Kylie Rodney case, and then I started posting little bits of stuff here and there, and I got really deep into it. And
right.
I'm a digger. I dig into everything, and I kept finding all this information, and I'd post it. And next thing I know, I got 2,000 subs,
Yeah.
and I'm
See,
like, hey, I'm doing something right.
that's right. I don't have a lot of time because I stay busy a lot because of what I do. I'm all over the state, and so I don't have a lot of time to be on the internet. But when I do, when I go fishing and all that. I like to take videos and post them and stuff so everybody can see what's going on. But when I seen them up there, man, and I was like, holy shit. Mike Hatcher put me on it. He's like, you see what they're doing up there? And I had no idea what was going on until he had brought it to my attention. I was like, Mike, we ain't doing that shit. He's like, go get him, Will. I was like, I'm on it.
I
So,
loved it that night because I didn't know who you was, and then I posted something or something. Somebody says that sounds like Uncle Will.
uh,
And I went digging. I was like, yep, Creek Squad.
yeah, that's right. I told Mike, I was like, they're going, because I didn't want them to know I was there. I just wanted to show up on them. Because let me tell you something, the element of surprise is the best weapon that you got.
Oh, you had them knocking in their boots.
Yeah. And I didn't even say anything. I was polite as I could be.
You
Even
was.
even
And you're like,
after
I got my hands in my pockets. We don't need all that. When they
yeah.
was talking about guns and pepper spray and
Yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna let nothing happen to y'all. Hell, the last thing I wanted is for the whole world to see me get beat up by two women. Come on now. I was just
right,
I was trying to keep it calm,
because you
because
do
it's
get a
not a
bunch of pissed off women. It's
yeah, but it's not about all that, man. They was up there wanting to fucking. That was a lynch mob, is all that was.
They was having alcohol DoorDash to them and everything.
Oh my God. Yeah, that's not a
Yeah.
protest. They're partying and getting paid for it. I hope that their donors understand exactly what was going on. And you know what's sad is when there's going to be a legitimate time that somebody really can use a little bit of resources like that, they're not going to be able to get it because they got people like
Yeah.
that doing it. It's the same thing as people standing out here on the corner begging for money. Now, when you get somebody who's really down in the dumps trying to get a few dollars because they're hungry or starving, they can't get it because some bitches that drive a brand new car sitting at the red light panhandled
Begging
already.
for money. Amen.
Yep.
There's a lot of mothers out there that hold signs, and and I'm one. I don't donate because of that.
Yep.
Because I
And
don't want you 2 hours later go home to a brand new house, and
yeah. So yeah,
it's bad.
hey, I put it on God, right? And I don't know. I know a lot of people don't believe in God, but I do. And if God moves me to do something, I'll do it. Even if I don't really have it to do it, I'll do it. And I'm going to tell you, it's worked out good for me my whole life. Because like I said before, I've had a rough life. I've been on my own since I was 15 years old. And if it wasn't for God, I probably wouldn't be here anymore, to be honest with you.
God bless you. For
Yeah.
real.
So, and I've done fairly well for myself, you know. Um, I've earned everything that I've got. Ain't nobody gave me a damn thing, but except for God. And you know, so if He puts something on me, like I really don't want to go up there in the morning, but I'm being forced to mentally. You understand? You've had them
Right.
talks with yourself. Something pushes you for a reason, and even if you don't want to go, and trust me, I do not want to find that kid. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to go look now. Because if I don't go up there tomorrow, like he's telling me to do, then something bad might happen or whatever, you know. And I'm just a band, is what I'm trying to say. And man, I pray I don't find him because I don't know if I can
That's
kill.
kind of bittersweet, though. I pray you do, so we can lay him to rest. But then I don't because of the mental you'll have to live with for the rest of your life.
Right. Let me ask you something. Have you heard of anybody else up there even looking for him? Volunteers or anything?
No, just the one that's at the landfill.
Just they're taking volunteers at the landfill.
No, just the FBI. That's the
Just
only ones I know that I
uh,
know of.
see,
Like they
like
won't let the grandma go out either and do nothing. Everybody's like, "Why ain't she out looking?" Because she can't. She's got to do what the law tells her to do.
yeah, right. And see, let me tell you, just like I was trying to explain to them dumbasses up there the other night, with them protesters being out there, the law can't even do it. They need to do because you know they do a lot of stuff in secrecy, sneaking around and all that. And
Hmm.
can you imagine them trying to put? Look, I'll just be up front with it, right? Say they're trying to put bugs in the yard where they can hear what's going on. They can't even get over there because the damn protesters is all out front. This shit probably would have already been over with if them protesters wouldn't have been out there.
Yeah, because they'd had that shit all over YouTube. Look, they're bugging the house, or
Yeah, yeah, and it's just this wild, man. They don't think about nothing but themselves, and it's a shame.
did you know that Betty, Blowhorn Betty, she is the one that had that law passed in Florida? She was protesting the Gabby Petito case, and they made a law to where you can't protest in Florida in front of people's houses now because of her.
Oh, I'm sure, and we're gonna call her Big Mouth Betty.
I call her Blowhard.
Okay,
Blowhard.
I thought you said something else. I thought you said her name, but we don't want to send nobody to her channel, so we're gonna give them our own name. It's Heavyweight Molly and Blowhard Betty. Them jokers is nuts, ain't it? Well,
Yeah.
sweetheart, I'll up off here. Thank you for your support. And listen, do you have Instagram?
No.
All right, download Instagram and go and I'm underneath Uncle Will 1919 and message me on Instagram, and then I'll kind of keep you updated on what I'm doing tomorrow. And then when I go to come out of there, I'll actually get on panel with you tomorrow and we'll talk about it. Okay.
All right. I do have an old Instagram, so I'll reactivate it and get on there.
All right. Well then, because that's how I communicate with people off YouTube is through.
And if you're interested, I could probably get you in touch with the grandma personally.
Well, I was going to stop by there tomorrow and see if she would let me take Quentin a stuffed animal for the memorial. But
She absolutely would.
do you think she would? Do you think she
Yeah, I
would?
would. She might talk to you, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'd like to put her side out as far as what these protesters have done to her.
All
Me.
right, let me get that together for you, and I'll message you on Instagram and let you know.
Okay. Yeah. Just tell her I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not going. I'm not going to do anything to disgrace her or anything like that because it's not about that anymore. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
what we've seen so far, we can tell you're not a disgrace, and you're there for the
No.
right reasons.
No. Yeah. I'm
I
not.
got you.
I don't want to hurt nobody. You know what I mean? Or their feelings. She's already been. I'm going to tell you, when I seen her out there in that yard, that pulled on my heart. It really did. And that's when I wanted to go up there.
Yeah, that
And
really, yeah.
that was,
That was real emotions.
oh, yeah. And they was out there saying, oh, she ain't shed no tears. I'm like, hey, look, you dumb bitch. There ain't but so much you can cry in 3 weeks. I don't know what you think. Tears are not a waterfall. You just can't turn them on and turn
You
them
get
off.
numb to it, kind of, the crying
Yeah.
part.
And then they was talking about, well, who grieves like that? I said, who? How in the hell can? Who are you to tell somebody how to grieve? Everybody grieves
Right,
different. I mean, come on, man.
right.
We're not all the same. We're different people. That's what
And
makes.
they all wanted to talk about her jaw too. What they don't know, she has a medical condition. I don't know if you're familiar, TMJ.
Uh,
It's like something to do with lockjaw and stuff. But it's called bruxism, and it comes along with TMJ. And when you're under stress and stuff, it makes your mouth do that. You can't
oh,
control
oh,
it.
yeah.
And I'm
Well,
sick of everybody fucking talking about her jaw. That's a medical condition, and look at the stress she's under.
oh, yeah. I'm surprised she ain't killed one of them. See now, like
You
with
got
me,
more restraint than I do.
yes. See, like with me, when I get wound up, I don't talk right. I might even say something stupid, but in my mind it's making sense. But when it comes out of
I
my mouth,
stutter and everything when I get tore up and going, and you
yeah,
never know what's gonna come out.
yeah, that's right. And it's not that I mean to say it wrong like that. It's just that's the way my brain works. But that don't make me stupid. It sometimes I don't really think before I speak. But yeah, if you could pass the message, I'd appreciate it if she'd let
I
me.
got you. I promise.
If not, just ask her if she minded if I brought the baby's memorial
I
to the.
know she would not mind that at all. That's a
Uh,
yes for sure. Because she's for anybody that's for Quentin, and
right?
she
Yeah. I mean,
wants the truth just as us. She really don't know what happened, Uncle Will.
no, I know
She's
she
at
don't. I
work,
could
and
tell that. I could tell that when she was out there talking. And I'm going to tell you right now, I about guarantee she'd have done had it out of that girl by now if the fucking protesters just would have left it alone.
right, there were probably something already been done.
Yeah, and and like I told them last night, all they did was force the mama bear in her to protect Leilani, even though
Right?
what's on, and you cannot blame her for that. That's what a mother does, no matter what the situation is.
Did you hear when they was out in the yard and the cops was there, and the cops said that they was afraid that there would be a drive-by shooting and somebody killed them?
No,
That was on video that night. They was all out in the front yard, Billy and her daughter and stuff, and
oh,
the
trying
cops
to get
got
him to go
called.
back to the house.
Yeah, and the cops said that they was worried that somebody was going to come by and do a drive-by shooting. Imagine a cop telling you that.
Yeah. Well, hey, and let me tell you now, I could see it. They don't want him to get hurt, but I don't know. They shouldn't say shit like that. They should have just said, "Hey, for y'all's own safety, you need to go back in."
Right. I
Yeah.
agree. And just like they came out instantly and said that Leilani was the prime suspect and stuff, that's what's caused all this shit.
Yes, they should have never said that.
They
But
should have never said that.
yeah, in any case where there's domestic violence or a man and a woman, marriage or whatever, somebody comes up missing or dead, the family, everybody in the family is automatically a suspect. So Leilani was already a suspect. They didn't have to say that. That's just how it works because
Mhm.
it's always somebody it does something like that to
The
you.
next of kin is the automatic suspect, just like
Yeah,
her husband or wife or.
right. That's what I was trying to say. So
Mhm.
there wasn't no need to say that. And I promise you, this is a learning thing for the police department too. And I guarantee you, after this, they do stuff different. But too
Yeah.
late off on this one. Well, sweetheart, I'm fixing to jump off here. Hey, thank you for your support and everybody watching. We appreciate y'all. Hey, y'all have a good night, okay?
You too. And thank you so much for coming up. And talk to you later.
All right. Bye bye. Thank you.
Bye. You're welcome. Y'all still here? Yes, Panthera, who had last contact. That was Danny. Danny's the last one that seen him, supposedly in the pack and play. I mean, come on, Leilani was asleep. It just, it don't make no sense. Well, you all, I'm going to jump off here too. I can't believe we've been on here 3 hours. Thank y'all for coming by and stuff, and I hope to have Uncle Will on more. Maybe I'll go on his channel. Someone could post his link again, please. Show him some love and all that. He's a pretty good dude. Creek Squad. All right, well, I'll talk to you all later, and thank you so much. I appreciate y'all for real. Talk to y'all later.